We made the battery cables the other day for this project to install the inverter. The inverter, all the parts came. So now I'm going to put that big guy up here. Right around here. Let's see. I'm going to drill a hole for the battery wire to come through, the positive on top. And we'll put the negative on the bottom. I'm going to work back to the battery from the inverter way back here all the way through the hole. Pick out here and work my way back. Do it that way, since it'd be easier to hook up these cables before I hang the inverter on the wall and not have to crawl. I got the inverter hung and the circuit breaker hooked up. Now, before I get too far, I need to get the fuse block, whichever one I decide to use, and the disconnect switch. Before I go that far, I'm going to drill a hole in this 1-inch pipe cap and drill a hole through the basement wall, and then I'll figure out what cable I need to run for the power. Conduit. Standard just passed through conduit wasn't long enough for the 3/4 inch board between the basement wall and to be able to get a thread started. So I racked my brain on what I could use. That'll be long enough, and it'll be soft enough. Looks like 1 3/8 hole saw is going to make me happy. So it looks like 3/4 pressed wood. Give it a try. Where it is. It's my longest cable, 20 inches eye to eye, 21 inches eye to eye. I'm stretching it out as far as I could possibly need it for any battery I choose to put in there. I'm going to trim it off about here for the fuse holder, and I'll use the other end. I'm so unorganized, I couldn't find my red tape when I went shopping, so I bought some wide red marking tape to mark these cables. And then of course I found my red marking tape when I got ready to start my install. So this is easier to work with. That's what I'll use. I torqued the cables to the switch and also to the fuse block. I used some antioxidant compound on the fuse block because I just trimmed the wire and clamped it in. Okay, here we are. So far, all the positive is run, fuse is installed, power switch is off, circuit breaker is off. We're hooked up on lugs on the back. Got the negatives hooked up just to here. Next I'll drill another hole similar to that one on top, and I'll put the same arrangement in as far as conduit. Even though I don't have a battery installed in this lower tray yet, that's where it's going to be permanently installed, so I'll just drill it right there. The grounding strap, I didn't have a cable long enough, so I'm joining these two. Now I know when I add my third battery, of course it'll be down here, I'll need 3 foot 2 inches long for a battery cable. And if I wind up doing 4 batteries, which I do, that's actually my end goal. I think I'm gonna have to put it in a box right here and vent it out here. Then I won't need as long as a ground. But right now I'm looking at 3 foot 2 inch long ground. Just preparing the chassis ground for the inverter. Got some number 12 ground wire. Now that the chassis is grounded, only thing left to do is disconnect both batteries, put the battery tie cables together, and we'll power that baby up. Quite a difference in cable size now, isn't it? I finished the install last night. It got called in for dinner. This is what it looks like. Okay. Fuse holder, 250 amp fuse for now. That's what I came with it. I'll get a 300 amp circuit breaker and an on switch, battery isolator hooked up here, goes down and through, chassis ground here, batteries are hooked up. So let's give it a try. Oops. Okay, power's up. There we go. We're gonna make a smoothie today with it, because I like to. Got the ice in there. Power light. Have my assistant hold the camera, please. Thank you. So as you can see, the inverter's up to it. The battery power is not. But the install is done. We'll build up from here. We'll put it through some testing, and I'll do another video and show you how I hook it up to the camper. And solar panels in the spring. Thanks for watching.